Happy Friday, crypto fam, and welcome to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Let's get it. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we recaptured 41,000 and quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, GBTC equilibrium achieved. $50,000 Bitcoin delayed due to some Wall Street players blocking Bitcoin ETF purchases, but 50,000 is now an immediate target. Send it. Also, breaking news, BlackRock now owns more than 49,952 BTC. We'll also be discussing Natalie Brunell in her new interview shared the following: Bitcoin is my insurance policy in a world of debasement, uncertainty, institutionalization of moral hazard, and credit risk. I don't worry about other cryptocurrencies. I worry about the consequences of the fiat experiment and inflation. That's why I Bitcoin. Also, Jim Cramer just gave another Bitcoin buy signal, quoting him here 22 hours ago before we pumped over $1,000. Another day, another chance to roll out a Bitcoin while the numbers go up. Club tries to keep it at 40,000. Thank you, Inverse Kramer. Also in today's show, U.S. government planned 118 million Bitcoin sale. It's just peanuts compared to the dumpage of GBTC, which we just witnessed. We'll also be discussing Tesla maintaining their Bitcoin holdings. I'll be breaking down their latest balance sheet, as well as Crypto Quant CEO says the institutions will drive a faster and more spectacular Bitcoin bull run. Let's go. As well as Bitcoin to go ballistic after breaking out of this major resistance zone, predicts crypto analysts. Also quoting the Strike CEO, he calls Ethereum a tech play and says Bitcoin solves the biggest financial problem of our time. I'll be breaking down the Strike CEO Jack Mallers' $1 million Bitcoin price prediction. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. Welcome, crypto fam. TGIF. Let's go. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. First and foremost, we are pumping. We're up already $1,700 on the day since Jim Cramer said to get out of Bitcoin. You got to love Inverse Kramer, right? Give it up. What up, Fax? Good to see you. That Palestinian, welcome. Sky, welcome. Knoxville, Connor, what it do? Robbie Kaiser, David Plug, scan the QR by the dip. Now we're talking. Robbie Kaiser, appreciate the likes. Pump the likes to help pump the stream. We greatly appreciate that as the price continues its pumpage. Love the show. Not working, so can watch it live. Greatly appreciate that support. Seriously. We're streaming early today. It's 11 a.m. Eastern time. Keith Bitboy, thank you for becoming a member of the MicroStrategy and supporting the movement. We greatly appreciate all our members here on the channel. Now, yeah, man, this is pretty awesome to be pumping again. It seems the bottom is in from the dumpage of GBTC, while some analysts are still anticipating $12,000. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Yeah, you already know. Pump them likes loud and clear, always smooth. Appreciate it, Jennifer. Bitcoin forever. That's right, like that double LP Wu-Tang album back in high school. Holla JV, let's go. Shout out Mike. Here it's 12 a.m. Wake up early to support JV. Appreciate that. Tomorrow we should be back to our normal 3 p.m. Eastern time every day of the following week. And then every other week it's going to switch up and go early again. Just heads up. 6:04 a.m. in Hawaii. Shout out to the Hawaiians. Much love, family. Appreciate the support. Got a cheeky 1K. More on the dippy. Congratulations for everyone who took advantage of the dip. That's what's up. Whenever Kramer tells you to dump your Bitcoin, that's a great buy signal, fam, historically. Let the pump begin. Send it, Juan Romero. Good morning, family. Garrett Soloway isn't buying until 12,000. Well, wish him the best of luck because he's clearly not going to have any Bitcoin in his portfolio. If that's the case. I think that's insanity to anticipate 12,000 at a time like this, less than 90 days away from a halving. Like, what is he smoking? Because apparently I need to upgrade my Chiba because what's going on? But yeah, that's crazy in my humble opinion. Good morning to the Hodl King. What it do? Good to see you. Bought a bit in the dip. Love to hear that, Paula G. Welcome to the live stream, family. We're now above 41.5. Let's go. We're pumping pretty strongly right now, actually. We're probably going to hit 42, retest. And if we can break 42, man, game on. 12K it is, says Skunk. Go time. Shout out Fax. Good to see you, broski. That's what's up. Bitcoin halving set to be on my birthday. No way. How cool is that? if it actually is, because it can differ a day or two. You know what I mean? It's just an approximation as is based on the blocks. He can buy some sats for 12,000. There you go. Now we're talking. No one should listen to Solo Way. Yeah, I don't know who listens to him. Keith Bitboy, appreciate that. That sub was for bathwater jokes. You a G, JV. oh, snap, the Kathy Wood jokes. I appreciate it, Keith. Thanks for supporting the stream, family. I'm going to get in a good pump today. That's what's up, Curtis. I am super new to the Bitcoin, but I understand it better than Kramer. You sure do, Lisa. And I don't think it's not that Kramer don't understand it. He's just corrupt. And he sold his soul. And he's misleading you. Hence, the mainstream is the blind leading the blind. It's insane, but that's our world we live in. You know what I mean? Welcome to the stream, Oh Hardy. They got it to Solo Way. Exactly. Good morning, Izzy1. Good to see you, Julius. El Salvador in the building. Shout out to my El Salvadorians. Bring facts. Got any more of them bear calls in verse Jimbo? You got to love it, man. The more people pour in, the quicker the halving. It is mathematical. Facts. Green Fridays always feel good. Hopefully a bullish weekend. We can have a pump. Maybe we'll have a pump watch if we can break out like a mofo. We're already up 1,900 on the day. That means everyone who is a whole coiner, congrats on your $1,900 gain. Love it. Gareth has a position for long term. He is holding. He's a perma bull. He just gives possible targets on the downside to add to positions. Teach their own. I appreciate the insights, Brian, as I've never watched the Solo Way stream. I just see the memes left and right. Good morning, Overkill 007. What it do? Back to 41,000. Bought the dip 50 G's. Let's go. Yeah, 50,000 incoming, according to the high priest himself, Max Kaiser. But we do got a lot to cover today. Limited time. So let's kick it off. Welcome, everyone. If you're new to the channel, be sure to smash the subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. Also, be sure to hit the like. It helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm, helps get more eyeballs to the channel. Also, hit the bell icon and turn on all notifications. That way you get notified each and every day when I go live on the pod. Today is pod episode number 1534. I'm your host, JV, and today is January 26, 2024, TGIF. Let's go. Checking out our market watch here. We got Bitcoin back in the green, baby. Trading above 41,500, up roughly 1,900 on the day. So congrats to all my Bitcoin hodlers. We got Ether in the green, XRP, Solana, Cardano, all pumping, modest gains. And zooming out on the, oh wow, that's actually, I don't know why, but default it's going to the 1 hour. I typically put it on the 1 day. Okay, there we go. That's more accurate. My apologies. On the 1 day, Bitcoin is now up over 4%, Solana up 7%, and more than modest gains. These are pretty nice. And zooming out on the monthly, we have Bitcoin just up to 4%, Solana up 7%, didn't change much. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we're sitting at a 1.6 trillion market cap with 51 billion in volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance still on the rise at 50.7%, and the Ether dominance on the decline all the way back down to 16.9%. Shout out to Lisa Brault. I appreciate you joining the Huddle Gang and supporting the channel. Much love, much respect. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours. We got Sats up 25%, followed by Conflux up roughly 23%, followed by ENS up roughly 19%. Below that, Near Protocol, Akash, Bonk, and Optimism. Now, which altcoins are you most bullish on for this bull run, fam? Let me know in the comments right down below. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the daily. Virtually everything in the green. These are the days we live for. I don't see, oh, I see one, Maker. The only red in the entire top 100 is Maker. So virtually everything is in the green and pretty impressive gains overall. And the altcoin market really needed it because it's been taking a beaten bloodbath for the past week. So zooming out on the monthly to get a broader perspective, we do have some big gainers. SUI is up 55%, PLS 84%, EHEX 56%, HEX 59%, Satoshi Vision 28%, ICP 38%, Maker 45%. 5%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index today, we're back in neutral with a 49. Yesterday was a 52, last week a 51, and last month a 73 in greed. So there you have it. And I also wanted to bring up the Bitcoin halving clock. You can see we only have 82 days away for the Bitcoin halving, which is estimated to take place April 18th. 2024. I mean, 82 days is going to come and go before you can snap your fingers. I'm just saying, time sure does fly, especially in this crypto world, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, family, let me know your thoughts on that regarding the latest data I just shared with you and what alts you're mostly bullish on right now. STVM bullish, says Gerald the Great. Jennifer, green day today. Green day. Yes, it's going to be a green weekend. Hopefully we can have some pump watches. That'd be pretty fun. ICP is pumping. Yes, it is, oh Hardy. ETH looks like Quick and Dirty is bullish on. Oh, what's the second best crypto? Well, you got to ask Sailor.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
You already know, family. Good morning from wet Pacific Northwest. Shout out Silver Top. I appreciate the support. Pulse Chain, PLS, True DeFi, No Insiders token unlocks the dump on your head, says UFO Nut. Trick question. There's no second best. Always a trick question, but we love those questions here on the channel. You know what I mean? We quote Sailor every single day, hence why he is the Giga Chad. Work, stuff, money. Yeah. How many of you have seized the moment and bought the dip this week? I mean, we did crash to, pretty low levels. Where were we at? 38, in the 38 range. So if you bought the dip, you're now up $3,000-$4,000. Not too shabby. There is no alternative to Bitcoin. Preach. That's a fact. LCX, ACH, SYN, and SKL are the alts for Brian. I appreciate your sharing, family. You know what I mean? Welcome everyone just joining the stream. Be sure to pump the likes to pump the stream. We only got 200 people here now. We got to have 1,000 people on these streams. We State, throw it up. WA, I thought I said we. Washington State in the house. Shout out O'Hardy. CARP Bitcoin. What is CARPE? I don't know what that stands for. Let me know.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin.
Exactly. And if you've been listening to Sailor, you're winning this week. Pump it up. Yes. Don't you know Pump It Up? Do you guys even know Pump It Up?
Pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up.
New kind of money was one of the predictions from a Bulgarian lady, like 100 years with the best accuracy I have ever seen, says Delight. Right on. So you're saying she predicted Bitcoin 100 years ago? Whoa, that's pretty crazy. Oh, seas, carp. Okay, just a different language, I take it. So carp means seas. Minnesota in the house. Shout out Bubba Frew. Appreciate you. Seas is what it means. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. That's right. Seize the moment, seize the day, seize the opportunity, and stack sats on the low. You already know. Thanks for the insights, family. But let's dive into our Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out some of the indicators and what's happening right now in the market as we continue our pumpage above 41,600. That's right. Here you're looking at TradingView. Just to see some of the indicators, the overall indicators show we're neutral currently, right? Pretty much in the middle. There's 10 neutral signals, 8 buy and 8 sell, hence why we're neutral. And for the oscillators, there's only 1 sell, 1 buy, and 9 neutral. And for the moving averages, you can see 7 sell signals, 1 neutral, and 7 buy. And we could even pull up the charts real quick. Why not? Let's see if we can do that. See if it appears properly in here. I might have to switch it up. This is the 1 hour chart on Coinbase right now. And yeah, it's kind of cut off in the screen. So let me think out loud for a moment. Let me think. Maybe I can switch to this. Give me a second. I'm going to switch to this and then go here and switch my scene. I think I have a pump watch scene already set up. Let's see if this works. Yeah, here we go. So you can see this is the, I think this is the 1 hour chart. Yeah, there's the 1 hour chart for Bitcoin right now, live and in the flesh on TradingView. Just heads up so you can see it. You can see it's been pretty bullish on this 1 hour chart. Let's check out the 4 hour. I prefer the 4 hour chart. Get some insights. Yeah, this is the 4 hour chart you're looking at right now. Let me rescale it for you guys. I think it's reset. Or it's glitched out. It's not resetting. No worries. It's just flatlined. Let's do the 15-minute chart. Why are they all being weird? There we go. You see that rising wedge target? Looking pretty lit right now. Very bullish. You can see we do have a target. Let me read you that target level. Let's see. The rising wedge target looks like at roughly 42, where we're approaching right now. So definitely bullish on the 15-minute. Definitely bullish on the 1 hour. Let's check out the 1 minute. And yeah, I mean, all the charts are looking pretty lit right now as we continue to pump. I think the market cap's continuing to increase, hence pumping the entire market just like that. But let me switch it up. I just wanted to pull up these live charts because I don't always get to do that during our TA. So, but yeah, when we do our pump watches, this is ultimately what we do. We pull up all the charts, all the different time frames, and we just have a blast. We party, we celebrate, we blast the music. I got the music paused. Good. I didn't want to play the music anyways. So, but anyways, let's go back to where I was a little earlier. I shared with you the indicators now for what's popping in the market. Let me know if you can see the screen right now. You should be able to. Okay, so yeah, Bitcoin price rose 4% in the past 24 hours. Right after Kramer told us to dump our Bitcoin, which is always interesting. Inverse Kramer, always for the win. The price increase has led some investors to speculate the Bitcoin pre-sale. I don't even know what that is. I'm not going to talk about Bitcoin pre-sale of mind tricks. It looks like this was maybe a promotion that they got paid to share. So let's skip that and right to here. So yeah, Bitcoin passed the crucial 40,000 resistance level. It's currently above 41,500. This latest surge has allowed Bitcoin to move past its 50-day exponential moving average on the 4-hour chart, which can signal growing momentum beyond the rally. I think the next big target is going to be 42,000. What do you guys think? And the Crypto Greed and Fear Index had a slight uptick, but still in neutral with a 49. As I shared a little earlier. So if Bitcoin can continue building on these technical milestones and growing trading volumes, the Bitcoin price can be poised to challenge resistance, which is around $43,500. So we're only 1,000 away from testing that level. Do you think Bitcoin will break out of this channel? Let me know. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, the one and only Max Kaiser, he wrote, GBTC, equilibrium achieved, $50,000 Bitcoin delayed due to some Wall Street players blocking the Bitcoin ETF purchases, such as, Merrill Lynch. We had Bank of America, and what's the big one? The second largest asset manager in the world, next to BlackRock, is... what's the name? Vanguard. That's what he's referring to. So he's saying now 50,000 is an immediate target. And shout out to Nayib Bukele. And other tweets here, breaking news. BlackRock now owns more than 49,952 BTC. Pretty impressive. In the longer time frame, Bitcoin will go so much higher. And the asset managers are going to continue stacking. So it seems the bulk of the sell-off from GBTC is over. So I think the low is in. What are your thoughts, family? Now, quoting Natalie Brunell, who was recently interviewed on Fox News, Bitcoin is my insurance policy in a world of debasement, uncertainty, institutionalization of moral hazard and credit risk. I don't worry about other cryptocurrencies. I worry about the consequences of the fiat experiment and inflation. That's why I Bitcoin. And later, exclusively on Rumble, I'll be doing a JV React session to her new interview. So be sure to stick around. Also, as shared here, Jim Cramer, thank you for the call. He wrote 22 hours ago, right before we started pumping. And yes, it got 1 million views. Another day, another chance to roll out of Bitcoin while the number go up club tries to keep it at $40,000. A Bitcoin therapist responded, tell me you're upset you sold the bottom without telling me you're upset. Kevin wrote, the most bullish signal we could possibly ask for. Thanks again, Jim. Opening at 100x long. And I retweeted it and wrote, thanks for the Bitcoin buy signal. # inverse Kramer. I mean, Kramer never disappoints. the most epic buy signal whenever he is flooding Bitcoin without fail. What do you guys think? Jack Mullers is a G, 100%. I'm going to be sharing his latest insights later in the show. He was recently interviewed and shared some very thoughtful things I think is pretty cool, especially with throwing Ethereum under the bus. Just preaching factual as he always does. He doesn't hold back. That's why I love him. John Hoddle, right? Is it just me or is JV's mic piercing loud in the ears? Well, it's supposed to. Natalie is the babe, says Phil C. Maybe Kramer is actually Satoshi. Wouldn't that be something? Kramer, Satoshi? Oh, hell nah. I think Craig Wright has a better chance of being Satoshi. Fake Toshi, which we broke down yesterday. That conspiracy. Who bought at 38? Yeah, let us know. Yahim, welcome family. Shout out to the Hodl gang. I appreciate all the members of the channel. Good morning, Nuck. Now the party can officially begin. We got Nuck in the building. That's what's up. Jose, what up, JV? What up, Jose? What it do, fam? Elvis Costello, pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up?
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
You already know how we do. Always pumping this mofo up.
And take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it.
Nick Sabo, are you saying he is Satoshi? Fake Toshi wasn't a conspiracy. It was a delusion, pretty much. Does anyone here think Craig Wright actually is Satoshi? If you think Craig Wright is Satoshi, put a 3 in the chat. I'm going to assume no one believes him, but you never know. There's some diehard Satoshi cult members I see pop in the streams from time to time telling me that Satoshi Vision is the true Bitcoin. So having a hard time trying to figure out what the second best crypto is. For real? Hold on.
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best.
There is no second best crypto asset. 41.7 family. It looks like we're heading right on up to 42,000 here. What a Friday. Let's go. Craig Wright is a nut burger. Yes. Let's get to 50,000 by February 2nd. Send it, Yahim. What a goal. 50 G's is still in play. A little delayed due to the vanguards and old money oligarchs out there, but you already know nothing's going to be able to suppress Bitcoin for the long haul. All the collusion from, governments, central banking cartels, and regulators can't do nothing to stop it. And that's a fact. Stacking sats every Monday. Let's go. The proof is Satoshi. Good to note. Welcome, Satoshi. I would imagine Satoshi tunes into my stream. What other podcast would Satoshi tune into every day? This is the only one. Exactly. Thank you. I know he isn't Satoshi because I am. We're all Satoshi, except Craig Wright. I think we can all say that. We're all Satoshi except Craig Wright. Exactly. No matter how rich I become, I will never eat boogers like Vitalik. Whoa. But Vitalik is a genius. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe we're missing out and there's some special nutrition within the booger that makes you a genius. I don't know. Trying to be optimistic here, man. Got some at 38. Congratulations, Max Lynn. Well done. Well done. Everyone who purchased the dip. Because everyone was like doom and glooming, man. It's crazy. People must have forgot. A year ago, we were sitting at like 18,000. People just forget. We dropped 2,000 to 3,000 from a little FUD, or in this case, 6,000, 7,000. But then people write Bitcoin off. Oh, we're going to go back down to 20. We're going to 12. It's crazy. Satoshi loves JV and the fam. Cheers, Brian. I am here. Welcome, Bullish Moon. Jimbo, I pass. I didn't see a single 3 in the chat, so absolutely nobody believes in fake Toshi. That's cool. Boogers are the new brain cells, apparently. The World Economic Forum wants us eating bugs and boogers. What can go wrong? Do you hang with Rob from Digital Asset News? He has reached out to me a couple of times, but my schedule has been conflicting. Eventually, I'll get to hang out. He invited me to a restaurant to hang out a couple of weeks ago, but I was unable to make it because I had my daughter. So I have my daughter on off weeks, so it all depends. I'm a papa first and foremost. My first top priority, papa. My second priority, podcasts and health. It's like I'm divided, but I love health and I love preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi. You know what I mean? But first and foremost, I'm a papa. Good morning, family. Shout out to Mohammed. It's 7:25 p.m. in Saudi Arabia. Word. DCA, you catch the lows all the way down. Deutsche Bank says Bitcoin will go down to 20. Yeah. Good luck with that, Deutsche Bank. Sounds like some FUD. You know, Deutsche's mainstream banking cartel, so I'm not shocked. Supply shock. Send it, David. Bought at 39.8. Congratulations. Every Bitcoin, and look, 41.8 incoming. Every Bitcoiner is up almost $2,000 on the day. If you're a whole coiner, even if you're a half a coiner, you're up over 1,000, roughly 1,000 on the day. Not too shabby. Let's keep the pump a pumping, shall we?
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
And pump the likes. It helps pump the stream. We got to get more people on the stream, family. We only got 300 people here now. We should have 1,000 minimal on every episode, concurrent viewers. That's the new benchmark. So let's make it happen. We pumping, yeah, I mean, quick and dirty. Family and health first before Bitcoin. Yeah, just keep it real. I mean, I could have all the Bitcoin in the world if I didn't have a family. What good is my Bitcoin? And you could have all the Bitcoin in the world like Satoshi. And if you're not in good health, you're not going to be here to enjoy it. You know what I mean? So yeah, there are things more important than Bitcoin in life, such as your life, your family and your health, and God. But I believe God is, you know, Bitcoin is one and the same in a sense that Bitcoin is God hacking humanity. It's a tool in which we were blessed with that trust the elite would have never want us to have, because that's how they control society, through fiat money printing. You guys already know what's up. When is the Saudis buying? Hopefully they already started buying if they were smart. Wow, 41.8. This is a pretty legit pump we're witnessing right now, so keep it pumping. I'm about to inherit my grandpa's house, going to sell it for more Bitcoin. Stop pumping Bitcoin. Let's go 20,000. I mean, Max Payne, anything's possible. Philippines present. Shout out to George. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. But keep the comments flowing. We greatly appreciate the interaction, as it's a live and interactive show. But I do got to get to our next story. So let's, we did some TA. Now let's discuss the government sell-off. And don't be too alarmed, because the U.S. government planned 118 million Bitcoin sale is just peanuts compared to what we just witnessed with GBTC. So yeah, the U.S. government planned to sell 118 million in the Sea Silk Road Bitcoin. Shouldn't be a cause of concern, according to market commentators. January 10th, a forfeiture notice, which made the rounds on social media on January 24th, shows the government plans to dispose of the 2,900 Bitcoin following the January 8th sentencing of Silk Road, what is that, Xanax dealer Ryan Faros and his 72-year-old father, Joseph, for money laundering conspiracy. Interesting. While a few members of the community shared concerns the auction could lead to a multi-million-dollar dump of Bitcoin, managing director at Bitcoin exchange Swan Bitcoin was among many who argued that the sale would be peanuts compared to the outflows from the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust over the past week. Quoting him here, "Peanuts. We have been eating GBTC sales 4x this for breakfast." So the GBTC had sold 106,575 BTC, worth over $4.2 billion, since it converted to a spot Bitcoin ETF on January 11th, with the latest outflow being 10,871 BTC on January 24th. Now, the U.S. government's planned sale is also just 1.5% of the total estimated 194,000 Bitcoin, roughly 7.7 billion it holds from 3 seizures it made in criminal cases, according to data from crypto firm 21Co. This in total is still less than 1% of Bitcoin's circulating supply. The 3 Bitcoin hauls and sales by the U.S. government are, number 1, the 94,000 seized in January 2022 from the 2016 Bitfinex hack. Number 2, 69,000 Bitcoin seized in November of 2020 from Silk Road. And number 3, 51,000 Bitcoin seized from Silk Road hacker James Zhong. Now, around 41,000 Bitcoin was due to be offloaded and forced sales throughout last year in 2023. The U.S. government has been known to sometimes auction Bitcoin, the most notable being the 2014 purchase by legendary venture capitalist Tim Draper, who scooped up nearly 30,000 BTC in an auction winning. And more recently, the government moved to sell seized crypto on the exchanges instead of auctions, with the last known sale of 9,118 BTC in March 2023. Why do you think the government is no longer doing auctions but doing it on the exchanges? Clearly, in my humble opinion, is to manipulate and suppress the price action. But I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And do you think this government sell-off will have any significant effect or impact on the Bitcoin price? Let me know your thoughts. Welcome, Crypto Surge. Good to see you, brother. JV Effects smash the likes. You already know. 41.8 incoming. Bitcoin is now up $2,000 on the day. Let's go. Max, I just learned a hard lesson in fighting with Coinbase right now. They blocked my account because I moved from the mainland to, is that Hawaii? For real? That sucks. Overkill, your podcast should be required in all economic classrooms. I'm with you on that, family. Let's make that happen. Let's educate the kids for once instead of miseducate them. Great channel, bro. Love the show. Been my go-to for the last couple of weeks. Keep grinding, bro. Rooting for you. I appreciate that. Beast Mode 718. Appreciate the support. Much love, much respect. Not to worry. BR will hover up those BTC. Right on. And what does BR stand for? I forget. If ETFs can just buy over 100,000 BTC, so can the Saudis. I mean, the Saudis can do it. Money talks. BS walks, as they say. So anyone with money can make it happen. Great way to start the day, JV. Bitcoin on the run. Yeehaw. Shout out, Nate. Cheers. 5,000 up. Let's go. Bring it. The government sells Bitcoin and then prints dollars. Morons. Pretty much. We're all Satoshi. Preach, Mr. Bone Daddy. Yahim, U.S. government should keep Bitcoin or give out sats as Social Security benefits. Well, that's if they actually cared about their people. Obviously, they're trying to destroy us economically, financially, mentally, spiritually, and physically, which is couldn't be any more apparent right now. So you already know they're not your friends. The children don't need to know about Kathy Wood's bathwater, though. Melda, of course they do. Of course they do. Much love from Saudi, waiting for the 100,000 candle. Let's go. Shout out H. Rexa. Let's get that oil money, shall we? JV can't read. Exactly. I can't read. Good morning, HODL fans. Cheers, Mr. Bone Daddy. BlackRock catching up to Sailor. Pretty much. BlackRock has 50,000 Bitcoin. MicroStrategy has 200,000. So they're already 1/4 of the way there. 25%. It take them like 2 weeks? Based is what? Yes, 42,000. There you go. It's coming. 41.9 incoming. We're now up 2,100 on the day, baby. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Yes, look at that. I'm just watching the numbers along with you guys. I love it. Nothing beats a pump. I think we'll continue pumping. Send it. Smash that like button. Thank you, Jose Jesus Rodriguez. Never underestimate Z control in the government, banking, asset management, etc. Good point. Pump the likes to help pump the stream as the Bitcoin price continues to pump.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Kathy only showers Melda. Drink something else. Oh, man. They will be our new overlords. Me like the pump. I mean, who wouldn't like this pump? You know who don't like the pump? People who are waiting to buy on the sidelines and don't longer have a Bitcoin position because they were convinced that we are going to crash to the 20s or low 30s. Those are the people not appreciating the pump. Your halving prediction. I do predict a halving in April of this year in roughly 83 days. And I think we'll hit an all-time high post-halving. I don't think it's likely to occur pre-halving, but it can. I mean, Adam Back believes we could hit 100,000 by March 31st, which is, right before the halving month. I'm not as optimistic, but I know it's possible, but I think it's more probable we return to price discovery mode, recapture 69,000, and march north post-halving, which means after the halving, most likely. What do you guys think? Grow up, guys. Kathy jokes. No proper hydration in the bath water. Well, it depends what kind of bath bomb she's using. You know what I mean? Never know. No government will give up monetary control to Bitcoin. They have their own. It's called CBDCs precisely because they can print the money in their CBDCs. One thing the government can't do is print money with Bitcoin. So, I mean, they can print money and buy Bitcoin, but they don't want to pump Bitcoin. They want to keep it suppressed to the best of their abilities. Hence what they do. Past cycles, usually 3 months after the halving hit. Yeah, I mean, historically, what was it? In November of 2021, we hit the all-time high. So it would be the fourth quarter of this year, if history is the rhyme. And the same thing with the cycle before that. Y'all remember 2017 when we peaked out? That was back in December of that year. Again, fourth quarter. So if history is the rhyme, I'm anticipating, fourth quarter pumpage. But again, the year preceding the halving would be next year in 2025. That's when I believe we hit the cycle peak. What do you guys think? Max Kaiser says 50,000 immediate target, precisely, as I mentioned earlier. While the Bitcoin halvings coincide with the solar eclipse, there are some interesting relations there. 50,000 by February 2nd and 100 G's by before the halving, then the parabolic to the new all-time high. Send it, Jennifer. Now we're talking. What up, Crypto News Alerts fam? Shout out, Matt. Don't forget to smash the like. Appreciate the reminder. I'm so sorry that joke is still going, JV. I didn't mean it for it to become a meme. Well, you created the meme, Keith. It's all your fault. Getting a few miners ready to choose some Bitcoin for when the price surges. That's what's up. Cycle peak November 2025. Very probable. That's what history shows us. November or December of 2025 hit the cycle peak. Unless things completely shift and switch up now that we have the institutions in the game. You know what I mean? So anyways, but we now have 400 people on the stream. Keep pumping the likes to pump the stream. Again, we should have 1,000 people minimal on the stream right now. But sometimes it is what it is. Okay, let's dive into our next story and discuss the latest with Tesla and their balance sheet. There have been no sales of their digital assets, including Bitcoin, which is a good sign. So here we go. Tesla, Elon's electric car company, released its fourth quarter 2023 earnings on Wednesday, showing net digital assets of $184 million on the balance sheet. Tesla has held this amount of digital assets since the fourth quarter of 2022, which you can see right here. Tesla previously explained that its digital assets were made up of almost entirely Bitcoin, noting that while the company accepts the meme crypto Doge for some merchandise, how many people are purchasing merchandise, using Doge? I'm curious. Anyone here? The amount of Dogecoin it has accumulated is very small. That's because he knows it's a meme coin, aka ish coin, aka crap coin. Otherwise, he'd have it on his balance sheet in a tremendous level. Why is it primarily Bitcoin? Because he understands the value proposition of Bitcoin and that there is no second best. Musk insisted during the quarter 4 2023 earnings call on Wednesday, I do see a path where Tesla could one day be the most valuable company in the entire world. Tesla invested $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. This was back in quarter 1 of 2021, but then stupidly sold 75% of its holdings in quarter 2 of the following year, 2022. I wonder if he had pressure from the government. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? Now, Musk explained at the time the company is certainly open to increasing its Bitcoin holdings in the future, noting that the sale was due to concerns about the company's overall liquidity, given COVID shutdowns in China. The billionaire also recently disclosed that another one of his companies, SpaceX, also holds a bunch of Bitcoin. And moreover, Musk himself owns a bunch of Dogecoin alongside Bitcoin and Ether. While Musk and his companies hold cryptos, he recently said he doesn't spend a lot of time thinking about crypto. He also said in November last year that none of his companies will ever create a crypto token. The Tesla boss is currently building his social media platform X into what he envisions as a powerful financial platform. He aims for users to conduct all their financial activities on X, potentially eliminating the need for traditional banking accounts. X has secured 12 money transmitter licenses across the US. Now, do you think he will implement Bitcoin in his payments network for X? Or do you think he'll neglect it? As he says, he never thinks about cryptocurrencies. I mean, in all fairness, if you were on paper the richest, most wealthiest human being on the planet, you probably wouldn't be so focused on Bitcoin either. Because if you were, then the powers that be may take his wealthy number one position from him. Because you got to remember, he has to play ball with the government. The majority of Elon's income comes from government subsidies. So in my opinion, he is one and the same with the government. So he's going to preach the same agenda as the government, which is to flood Bitcoin, hence why he dumped 75% of his holdings, in my opinion, and hence why he removed accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment and shared that FUD with the ESG BS, which has already been disproven. But guess what? He didn't stick by his word. He didn't accept Bitcoin. It's already been proven, right? The clean energy exceeds now 50% for Bitcoin mining. However, he never changed his stance as he promised he would. Why? He's controlled by the government, the same way Jim Cramer, Binance, Janet Yellen, and the rest of them are. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts? That's just JB's thoughts. I only hodl and add to my Bitcoin. I use ETH as working capital to yield internet currency purchase. Bitcoin has its special place. Make no sense to spend my Bitcoin. Word. Meme. Lord Genzelot defeated by Bitcoin Potter. If you claim to be for humanity like Elon loves to tout, he would think a lot about Bitcoin, humanity's greatest freedom asset ever created. Exactly. But he doesn't care about that. He's going to have the banks, payment things because he's one and the same. Charge her 5 BTC. Toyota and Honda have dropped EV research because it is dead end tech. Come on, man. Leap year XRP, maybe. 2016, 2017, that was the best performing crypto asset. Since then, the worst performing in the top 10. Some say it's long overdue, but it's also a technology to be implemented by the CBDCs as XRP is a bridge currency. So, that's the demise of humanity, in my opinion. Programmable money. What can go wrong? Janet Yellen in a Speedo? Oh, hell no. EV is whack. He's just another Rockefeller, says O. Hardy. Well, we know who he pledges his allegiance to. If you watched exclusively on Rumble yesterday, I shared a video clip, which was roughly 3 minutes, of all the influencers who all pledged their allegiance to the same folks. And that includes Elon, Trump, and all the people you think are free. They're not free. They're all puppets. Each and every one of them. He is a backer of XRP like PayPal creator, says David. 50,000 watch party tonight, JV. It's possible if we keep pumping at the rate we're going. Hells yeah. I think Elon is smart enough to know not to talk about Bitcoin if he wants to succeed. Yeah. I'll take that. Toyota is the only electric car maker other than Tesla that's in the green. All the other car companies are losing money. Wow. And some believe, I'm not going to say it on YouTube, actually. I got to watch myself. This is why we have an uncensored version on Rumble, family. Yeah. But anyways, let's dive into our next story. Keep the comments pumping and flowing. Pump the likes to pump the stream. We now got 440 people. But again, we got to get to 1,000. And with you pumping the likes, we can make it happen. Let's discuss the latest with the institutions here. The headline reads, Crypto Quant CEO says institutions will drive a faster and more spectacular Bitcoin bull run. Look at that ET right there. Is that one of the grays? Which ET would you define him as? Let me know. Now, the co-founder and CEO of market intelligence firm Crypto Quant says he believes that blue chip financial institutions are getting involved in Bitcoin, which can spark the biggest bull run yet. Let's go. In a new thread, Ki Jong-yu tells his followers on X that he expects an explosive Bitcoin bull run with the help of traditional finance, better known as TradeFi. Now, TradeFi firms increased their involvement with Bitcoin with the recent approval of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, which give investors exposure to Bitcoin through stock exchange platforms without having to actually purchase the digital asset. Quoting him here, with TradeFi entering the market, the next bull run is expected to be faster and more spectacular than before. The CEO also says he believes Bitcoin is currently experiencing a correction in the short term, but will eventually skyrocket. He shares a Fibonacci extension analysis from popular synonymous crypto analyst Nunya Business that indicates the top crypto asset could dip to the 35,000 level, as he shares here. This TA fits my narrative. Short-term correction, then up only. Maximum drawdown might be around 30%. And he also says using trend-based Fibonacci extensions to guess the target of a potential local pullback. 3 of the past 4 bottomed around 23.6%. 35,000 would be a 30% drawdown, enough to statiate the bears, and traders use the Fibonacci extension and TA to estimate the profit targets and the price pullbacks. And as Max Kaiser says, technical analysis is astrology for men. Now, I agree with that sentiment because anyone could look at the charts and draw patterns and perceive it any way you want. Like 2 analysts could be looking at the same chart, like realistically, and one can say, oh, we're going to crash to 12,000. Look at that. We see a You know what I mean? And then another analyst can look at the same thing and say, no, we're heading to 90,000. Look at this. Because we all have different perceptions, right? So that's why it's kind of funny, TA, at the end of the day. 250,000 incoming, says Uber Hodler. Send it. Yellen was young once. Was she? I thought she was just born old with white hair. Bananas. Her first words, bananas. Tech analysis is useless on Bitcoin and everything else. Well, another quote from Max. I've never met a TA billionaire and probably never will. Just keeping it real. That new Camry gets 54 miles per gallon. Oh, word? I'm getting a Lambo, so is pretty screwed. Coin flip is more reliable. For someone controlled by the government, like you say, Elon sure talks a lot of ish. Right, it's called controlled opposition. So does Donald Trump. He talks a good game, but what's backing the words? Nothing. Anyone can talk a big game and pretend someone's your enemy. It's called controlled opposition. This is how things work. Controlled opposition, exactly. Zero electric motorcycles look super cool. When Bitcoin hits 50, I am getting one. Word up. I might have to get myself a Ducati. Trust the charts, not what everyone says. I say trust nothing except the fact the hash rate is going to continue making new all-time highs and the price will continue to follow the hash rate. I simplify things. Like, I don't really care so much about the charts. I cover it because you guys like to see it. And I cover the top analysts. I'm not a chartist and I don't pretend to be, because to me, none of it ever makes sense. Just saying. But I look at stock to flow and I look at supply demand. That's all I need to know. Right? There is a limited supply and a high demand. The prices will go up. Number go up technology. You really don't need to know anything else. It's like every halving, the mining rewards get cut in half. Supply shock, less Bitcoin available, more institutions this cycle. Obviously, the institutions just got in are going to be buying it up. So limited Bitcoin, massive demand, numbers have to go up. Simple. Why do we complicate things? Because traders want to make their trades. You know what I mean? Me, I'm a long-term hodler. 42 is incoming, family. We're now up over 2,100 on the day. It's a trap, says Pelagic. What are you saying? Like, this is a fake out pump and we're going to dump? Oh, well, keep the pump a-coming. I don't mind it. Woohoo! What up, Barek? Just got myself another. Whoa, that's a lot. 1,850,000 Satoshis. Double daps on that one. Congratulations. Market cycles are a distraction. Crypto, how long will it take for Bitcoin to reach 1 million? I think realistically, 2029. If I had to throw a year on it, that would be my speculation. Because the year preceding the halving of 2028, we hit a cycle peak. I think very realistically, we'll hit 1 million. Wow, 42 incoming. Look at that. We're now up over 2,200 on the day. I'm glad I went live early today. It worked out. I love catching the pumps, family. It's always much funner with you guys when we're pumping. Hey, all. Could not be here for a few weeks. My mom is hanging and she is going back to Canada. All good, relaxing. No need to apologize. It's always good to spend time with the family, especially your mother. My mom's actually visiting here next week for my birthday. So I'm looking forward to spending time with my family as well. Bitcoin Cash might be the second best. What does Sailor have to say about that? Give me a second, family.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
Watching the rhyme of past cycles will add a zero to the previous. Pretty much. Look at the past. Broad perspective. When in doubt, zoom out. Here's the fact. Bitcoin has been on a 15-year bull run. But we're so zoomed into these technical charts trying to make a quick buck that we forget that Bitcoin has been on a 15-year bull run. And it's not slowing down anytime soon. For real, for real. Yes, 100%. Respect the pump. Let's go. But anyways, fam, next story of the day. Still got a more to share with you. We now have close to 500 on the stream, which is cool, but keep the likes to come in. We can pump the stream. We should have 1,000 here by now. Anyways, here's the latest with Bitcoin going ballistic. The headline reads, Bitcoin to go ballistic. I love that word. After breaking out of the major resistance level, predicts crypto analyst Jason Pizzino. What up, my paisano? In a new strategy session, Pizzino shares on YouTube with his subs, he believes Bitcoin is only going to soar once it flips the cycle high of 49 G's, baby, into support. Quoting him here, the second half of 2024 is when things get a little clearer. We have got that top in at 49,000, so it might be a little while until we break through that top for BTC. But once we do, the S&P, NASDAQ, real estate, Bitcoin, and cryptos, we're going to go ballistic. I think from the second half of 2024 leading into 2025, and then we really need to get serious about where we start to take profits. Profits are for chumps. Just joking, but I'm serious at the same time. He warns that Bitcoin could decline further from its current value if, when bouncing back up past the 40,000 level, it faces rejection at two key prior support levels. Quoting him again, it looks like Bitcoin is trying to find a base here, somewhere around the mid to high 30,000s. Maybe we sit under 40,000 for several weeks, or not, as we lead into that halving. Now, if you see any rejections from roughly 41 or 44,000, that can be further downside. So there you have it. Also, the trader suggests that even if Bitcoin doesn't decline much further, Bitcoin could trade sideways until March based on the length of the prior corrections during the current cycle, which lasted roughly 60 days compared to the current 12-day correction thus far. Quoting him again. Now, in terms of the downside, we have done 12 days and 21% to the downside. You guys might recall previous pullbacks from the top, July 13, 2023 to September's low, 21.8%. But it took 60 days in that case. And also the rally up in April out of the banking crisis, another 62 days down and roughly 20% to the downside. So we have done the same correction that the market has done the entire way up, but in a very short period of time. That is why, if this is the final correction, if that is the lowest point that Bitcoin goes, 38.5, we may still need a little more time at these levels to catch up, play out something similar that happened to two prior corrections. That would then line up to somewhere in around March, just before the halving, and potentially we see the market rise from there. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analysts. As we continue to pump, 42 incoming. We're only, what is that, $69 away? Let's go. Congrats to all my Bitcoin hodlers. You're now up $2,200 for every Bitcoin you hodl. So if you're holding 10 Bitcoins right now, woohoo, you're up over 20 G's, baby. And don't get more sexier than that. Well, actually it does. You'll see when the price pumps. There we go. Yeah, 42 is incoming. I think we're going to break through. They say the resistance is 42.5. Do you think we're going to break it? Let me know. Let's check the comments. 100,000 is the goal. And then I start trading. It says relaxing. Face rejection. What the frick is that? It's a fantasy. There you go, X. Yes, Serge, if you follow the rhyme of the past cycles, we add a zero. Yes, and if we add a zero from the previous all-time high, we're talking about 690,000 per Bitcoin. If we add a zero from the current price, we're talking about roughly 430,000 per coin. 420, I should say, closer to 420. Happy 420, by the way. How do you guys feel about my vocal fry? I realize I kind of make that sound sometimes when I lower my voice. Sam Bankman-Fried is in jail and FTX is still manipulating crypto. Damn it, Gary. Yep, that's accurate. The FTX estate did just dump off major amount of GBTC shares, which led to the dump and carnage of the market this week. Sad but true. Bankman-Fried still doing the devil's work. Resistance is futile. True that, Thomas. Almost 42,000. Says Press Start Gaming. We're so close. I think it's about to hit any second now. As I start reading the feature story of the day from Jack Mallers, watch, we'll break right through 42. JB, thoughts on Alameda Research still having the top crypto portfolio as per CoinMarketCap? What do you mean having the top crypto portfolio? Meaning they own the most crypto out of anyone else out there? I don't know. I haven't saw that. I know they own a lot of FTT. That's a scam token, though. I don't know. We have entered a new paradigm for Bitcoin with the institutions. The charts will reset entirely this bull run. 1 million is possible to cycle. Definitely. I've never said that 1 million is impossible. I say you can't put a top on Bitcoin because you can't put a bottom on fiat. So theoretically, Bitcoin can hit 1 million still this cycle by 2025. I just don't think it's the most probable scenario. I think it's most likely the following halving cycle peak is when we hit 1 million. In my humble opinion, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope we hit 1 million this peak and that Samson Mao is correct. Shout out to JV. Great show, family. Smoking one for you. Thank you. Make sure it's at least 7 grams if you want to do it proper. Like one of those Wiz Khalifa blunts. They have the most valuable public portfolio. Oh, wow. But how much Bitcoin do they have? Did they sell all the Bitcoin? Or that's my question. How much Bitcoin does the FTX Alameda estate have left? The institutions manipulating the price and the halving, it'll be wild. Here it comes. Send it. 42, baby. Raziel, JV, I've noticed the same. Also, it almost seems every TA guy can make a chart, sing their tune. Yeah, that's why I'm not a TA guy. Like, I see the bullshit in it. So I can pretend to be the TA guy. Oh my God, this is what we've been waiting for. Look, the lines are crossed. Look at that. Look at that ascending channel. That game over, family. We're going 51% chance we're going to go north. Only 49% chance we're going to go south. Like, I can talk a big game and bullshit you guys, but like, it doesn't resonate with me. I just keep it 100. Like, I can look, yeah, it don't make any sense to me. So, and TA guys are typically wrong more than they're right. So like, if the top TA guys are wrong more than they're right, like, what do you expect? You know what I mean? But it's funny because they get a lot of views in their streams. Like, look at the charts and just make some shit up. I could do that, guys, if that's what you really want, but I don't want to bullshit anybody. Lines everywhere. 42, 43. Yeah, for real. The video is literally titled, "This will send Bitcoin to 1 million." Yeah, because according to Jack Mallers, he believes Bitcoin is going to go to 1 million. I believe the same thing, and we're going to discuss that here shortly. But that doesn't mean we're doing TA. Jack Mallers doesn't do TA. You don't need to understand technical analysis to know Bitcoin's going to 1 million, right? It's irrelevant. What's the second best crypto?
Right? There's no second best, okay?
Great show. Thank you, family. We now got 500 on the stream. That's a good start, but we got to get these rookie numbers up. Come on, family. It's sad that the AI fake outs are getting 10,000 streamers of people getting scammed. And meanwhile, we have a legitimate show that's been going strong for 6 years, every day, 7 days a week. And there's only 500 people on the stream. It's a little disappointing. What's up, Lucifer Music? Love from Pakistan. What happened if it passes 42.5? We're just probably going to just test the next major resistance north. You know what I mean? Maybe we can test 49. If we break 49, game on. You know what I mean? I think once we break 50, new all-time highs in play. What do you guys think? Let's go. Shout out to Doug. Already passed 42.3 on crypto cap. Cool. Yeah, BitBo is always lagging. I don't know why. So we're already above 42.3, meaning this is going to pump to 42.3 in the next 10 minutes. Mark my words on your screen. That's just how it is. 42 already here. 50 G's. That's more like it. I appreciate the support, Doug. I appreciate the super. What up, fam? Welcome everyone just joining the stream. We're having a pump-a-thon. We nailed it during the live stream. You gotta love it. I'm gonna sip on some more water. We're gonna pump it up.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up.
It is true. He normally doesn't do that. You can see him in the mirror right now, right? Nipsey, the mascot. So when he scratches himself like that, he's either in desperate need of a shower or it's a pump signal that we're about to pump. And I can't figure out which one it is. Oh, and talking to Nipsey, now he's like, yo, you talking about me? You see Nipsey? You see his little cute face? You see that? I know the mic stand covers him, but that's where he always comes to get pet. Typically when I'm doing the Q&A, he'll just hang out here and get pet the whole time. That's why my arm is always here. If my arm is not here, it's here. It's because he's getting pet behind the ears. You know how we do. Pump it up. Yeah, I want to visually see the 42 before I jump into the feature story of the day. Jamie needs a shower, a cold shower. Are you a Bitcoin only channel? Bitcoin's always the focus, but we do touch upon all the altcoins that are performing well in the market watch. So we typically kick off every show with a market watch where we cover what's going on in the market, altcoins included, clearly, as we reference CoinMarketCap, Crypto Bubbles, Coin360. However, most of the news is typically focused on the king for good reason, because when the king is winning, the alts are typically always winning. And when Bitcoin's losing, your alts are getting wrecked. So why focus on anything else? Dogs are so amazing. Yes, I appreciate dogs. Man's best friend, especially Nipsey. He's my best friend, hands down. Sit a beautiful girl on your right with you. The views will go to the moon, pretty much. Or if I took my shirt off and just kind of flexed my pecs a little bit, who knows? But it is true. The females do have an advantage, especially if they're beautiful, of course. And they deserve it. I mean, beauty is a gift, and it is what it is. JV is not as beautiful as the ladies, unfortunately, for me. Man, $8 away. Come on, get already. Come on, 42,000 on Bitbo so I can read our featured story. $2. Yeah, let's go. Now we're talking. Let's freaking go, family. Yeah. Wow, I love this, man. 2,300. Every whole coiner today is up 2,300. Love it. I have 6 small dogs. Life without them would suck. Amen. And wow, congrats. You got a half a dozen. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. But anyways, family, now let's dive into our featured story of the day. The Strike CEO was recently interviewed on the mainstream, calling Ethereum a tech play. It says that Bitcoin solves the biggest financial problem of our time. And he also predicts Bitcoin hitting $1 million per coin. So here's the latest from the Strike CEO, the fearless Jack Mallers. If you're a fan of Jack, let me know in that chat, family, and pump the likes to help pump the stream as the Bitcoin price is pumping up close to $2,500 on the day. And we're just getting started. Here we go. Strike founder Jack Mallers recently expressed his firm belief in Bitcoin's potential to solve what he describes as the biggest financial problem ever. It's going up forever, Laura. Central banking and the global debt crisis, which continues to plague humanity. Mallers made the statement during an interview with Yahoo Finance January 24th, where he highlighted Bitcoin in relation to government debt by focusing on the significant issue of global financial instability, primarily driven by the excessive government debt. So let's discuss Bitcoin as a hedge. Mahler says the staggering global debt to GDP ratio, which currently stands at an alarming 360%, represents a critical problem where governments have accumulated debt to such an extent that there seems to be no feasible way to pay it back. Of course they can't pay that back. Quoting him here, someone's run up a $37 trillion bill at the bar. So who's paying for that? Hilarious. Mallers argued that the holders of government-issued currencies will ultimately bear this massive debt burden. He reasoned that governments might address their debt by debasing their currencies by printing more money. This currency debasement process erodes the currency value and leading to potential inflation and financial instability for those holding these currencies. Additionally, Mallers pointed out the current state of the traditional financial markets, particularly the bond market, which he notes as being in its worst condition ever, combined with the underperformance of conventional investment strategies like the 60-40 portfolio. This paints a bleak picture of the financial landscape, further underscoring Bitcoin's relevance as an alternative investment. And according to Mallers, Bitcoin is the only innovation to solve the central banking problem and serve as a global world reserve currency. That's right. Now, if Bitcoin, hypothetically speaking, were to become a global world reserve currency, you already know we're going to blow past $1 million per coin. What are your thoughts on that, family? Now, let's discuss the Ethereum tech play. Mallers further stated that other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Solana, and the infamous Dogecoin should not be grouped together because they do not address the fundamental financial issues that Bitcoin can solve. Preach. He referred to Ethereum as a tech play, suggesting its value and utility are more aligned with technological innovation and adoption rather than serving as a stable financial instrument. He said Ethereum is more akin to a speculative investment, dependent upon its technological success and acceptance in broader applications such as finance and tech industries. Mullers likened Ethereum to equities, comparing investing in it to investing in stocks like Tesla. He suggested that people might invest in Ethereum, hoping it'll soar in value like high-performing stocks based on technological advancements and leadership rather than its potential as a stable currency or store of value. And that's right. Honestly speaking, in my humble opinion, Ethereum can't even be considered as a store of value in any way, shape, or form, considering there is no finite limited supply. If you looked up Ethereum's max supply on CoinMarketCap, they show you the infinity sign. Not a good look. Now, he also implied that Ethereum's success and adoption depends on the acceptance and use of major financial players, like banks and institutional investors. This dependence on external factors contrasts sharply with his view of Bitcoin, which he sees as the more autonomous and independent of mainstream financial systems. His skepticism towards Ethereum stems from history. He recalled a significant hack and instances where the Ethereum Foundation intervened in the transaction process. That's right. They can reverse transactions. If that's not sus to you, I don't know what is. In his view, these events cast doubts on Ethereum's reliability and integrity as a financial instrument. He criticized the Ethereum Foundation for cherry-picking transactions in response to issues, which, according to Mullers, undermines the predictability and trustworthiness essential in a financial system. Preach. I love Jack for telling it like it is, and I actually did a react session to that interview maybe a couple of days ago on Rumble. Let me know if you were able to watch it. Now, he did share last year reasons why he believes Bitcoin will hit $1 million per coin. And let me cherry pick some of the things here. Do you remember last year we had that regional banking crisis to kick off the year? Bitcoin started at probably, we were under 17,000, 18,000 in that range. And by the end of the year, I mean, Bitcoin did quite well. We performed roughly 160% year to date. And it was all stemming from the regional banking crisis, followed by all the excitement and anticipation with the Bitcoin ETFs once BlackRock made that announcement. You even had Balaji, the former chief technology officer of Coinbase, who believed he actually made a prediction and bet $1 million on it. Do you remember this throwback? I will take the bet. You buy 1 Bitcoin, I will send you 1 million USD. It's 40 to 1 odds as Bitcoin is worth at that time 26,000. This was off the back of the banking regional crisis. He ultimately bet that Bitcoin would hit $1 million per coin within 90 days. Clearly, that did not happen, but nonetheless, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. He also wrote here, just as in 2008, the bankers lied. This time, the central bankers, the banks, and the bank regulators have lied to all dollar holders and depositors. That's why you can't trust the banks, family. Only keep in the bank what you can afford to lose. Now, when he spoke on CNBC, now referring to Jack Mullers, he discussed the role of Bitcoin in the ongoing banking crisis, and Mullers is convinced that the Bitcoin price will hit $1 million, fueled by global hyperinflation. That's right, and eventually create something called hyper-Bitcoinization, which was talked about at the Bitcoin Miami conference. And according to Mullers, the Fed has tarnished its name by printing more money to save the banking industry, despite claims to reduce inflation to 2%, which we all know is hogwash, as they just fudge the numbers, that is. And Mullers, quoting him here, there are only 2 things I can guarantee in this world. Nobody can live forever, and that nobody can create more than 21 million Bitcoin. Do you hear that, Jamie Dimon, aka Jamie the Tapeworm, who claims Satoshi is going to come back and print more Bitcoin? Do you hear that? For everything else, there will always be more supply given enough demand. That is why the only 2 things I truly value are my life and my Bitcoin. This is one of my favorite quotes of all time. The only thing I would add here, my family and God. And there you go. I agree there 100%. And regarding the altcoins, here's what Mullers had to share. My overall opinion is that the name of the game is to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. Alts are interesting, but a lot more speculative. I use them to accumulate more Bitcoin. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know your thoughts on the most recent thoughts and sentiment from Jack Mullers. And do you believe we will hit $1 million per coin? And by what year? I personally feel we hit that target by 2029. Not this halving, but the following halving, which will occur in 2028. That's the year preceding the halving. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. in the live chat. And now let's do some Q&A, family. Pump the likes to pump the stream. It looks like we pulled back a bit. We did touch 42,000 right before I kicked off that main story, but we're still hovering around there. We're currently 41,900. We're still up roughly 2,300 on the day. Pump the likes to pump the stream. Please, pretty please. Appreciate it. Serge, he wipes it on the wall. Oh yeah, you talking about Vitalik. I think he even knows he's being recorded. He's just like in his own world. But yeah, he does pick the nose very thoroughly, does a good job digging around, and then he just wipes it on the wall, and it's just like as if nothing happened. I guess that's just normal routine for him. A wall of boogers. Very sus, right? Very interesting individual. Thank God for Satoshi. Man, I love watching Maulers. He is very intelligent. Yeah, he's very witty, charismatic, and yeah, that's what Melda just said, actually. Yep, 100% with you on that. 42.5, come a lot, and he speaks from the heart. He doesn't need a script. He just flows, and it comes out, and it's the passion that attracts me to Maulers. I love when people speak passionately about what's on their heart. That resonates with me all the time, right? Pump up the likes. That has to be an expensive booger. How much is Vitalik worth? He's still a billionaire. ETH founder is on the spectrum. Fashizzle. Roman, appreciate you. Are Grayscale and FTX done selling? I heard the bulk of the selling is over. I don't know the exact numbers of what they currently have left to sell. Apparently, it was the FTX estate that was dumping mass amounts of GBTC, and allegedly they're done. But hey, you never know. I didn't even realize the FTX estate held that much GBTC, if we want to keep it 100. Imagine you could pay all my bills simply by printing money. You would produce nothing but more debt. That is our government. This equals Bitcoin to 1 million. Precisely, and it doesn't take any technical analysis to understand that concept. Zero, nilch, nada. Ethereum maxis would pay good money for that booger. Man, maybe they should put that in a jar with Kathy Wood's bathwater. Vitalik's booger with Kathy's bathwater. With one of the farts with a rose petal. Wow. Welcome, Chris. Love the content, fam. Keep up the great work. Cheers, Roman. Appreciate the support. Wall of boogers, a Jackson Pollock painting. Ew. 100 T unfunded US debt by the end of the year. That is insane. So you're saying they're going to go from 30 trillion to 100 trillion? They're going to triple that debt? Whew. Dollar is doomed. Booger and duct tape. Worst at least $1 million. Can you imagine the dumps that will happen at 100K? People only rebuild at 100. Yeah. This is what's going to happen. We're going to hit 100. People will be like, ooh, we hit the top. And then people are going to sell most of their position and then say, I'm just going to buy it back at 25 after the correction. And then we're going to pump right to 300,000 and they're going to melt their faces off, literally. Needs to eat more, very thin. Yeah, agree. But speaking of telling someone else to eat more, I need to eat more myself. I realized I'm down to 133 pounds. About a few years ago, I was 147 pounds. I had a lot more mass on me. And it's like, I need to eat more myself. So I'm no longer intermittent fasting. I did intermittent fasting for 7 years. I got shredded. I got the 8-pack. But now it's like, I need some mass. And so I got to mass eat and no more skipping meals. It makes me nervous to be $1 in debt. Can't understand the debt. Wow, 133 pounds. I'm 5'6". Yeah. I'm very active. Like, I do runs. I play basketball. I work out every day. Sauna. Like, so it's very hard. I got to eat a lot. And I try my best. Don't get me wrong. I eat a lot. But it's like, I don't eat junk food. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't really put anything unhealthy in my body. Very rare I put something unhealthy in my body. I don't live to eat. I eat to live, if that makes sense. You can only share in a company run by either Vitalik or Elon, Spectrum, World, Matrix. How can anyone own shares? Oh, yeah, I feel you, XX. I'm with you on that. Are you across the supposed increase in Chinese demand recently? What is that? Are you across the supposed increase in Chinese demand? I don't understand the question. If you could rephrase it. I'm down from 346 to 322. Like for real, Norm? Whoa, you're heavyweight. You're super heavyweight status. Because the heavyweight fighters are like 220 pounds. Heavyweight boxing and such. So, but yeah, I'm like, I'm definitely like a lightweight. Those government coins are for Fink at BlackRock. Right on. Fasting cleans out your gut. Very healthy. Yeah, fasting is very healthy. I feel very healthy. I know I'm very healthy. I fasted for 7 years. Ain't no one more consistent as me. I do a show every day. Like when I get in a routine, it's hard to deter me from that routine. But now I'm like, it was impossible to get my weight up intermittent fasting. So, because you can only eat so much in an 8-hour window. And I was like always full and still not able to gain weight. So now I could eat the extra meal as soon as I wake up. Boom, eat as much as I can. Eat as much as I can for lunch with typically a nice big bowl of oatmeal. And then for dinner, stuff my face. Tonight I'll be going to a very fancy restaurant, eating everything on the menu. Look up modern monetary theory if you're not familiar. This is the justification for reckless spending for the most of politicians. Right on. Nipsey's doing the Bitcoin shake. 420 only. Let's go. But anyways, family, I have my haircut appointment here in about an hour. So I got to end the stream here on the tube, but we will continue for an extra 15 minutes for the uncensored version of the show, exclusively on Rumble. So head on over to Rumble now. My Rumble and social media links are always in the description below the video, in case you don't know. Or you can just open up the app, type in Crypto News Alerts, and you'll find the stream. So we're going to end the YouTube stream. I'll be back here this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern for the premiere, the edited version of the stream. And yeah, let's all head on over to Rumble. I'll be doing a react session to the latest interview with Natalie Burnell on Fox Business. And make it a great day. Appreciate all the likes. I appreciate that. I'm glad we got to pump to 42,000 live on the stream and that you guys are gaining and winning. That's what's up, family. Love to see this. But anyways, JV is out. YouTube, deuces, Rumble, let's frickin' go.
Don't you know?